Why, hello. Happy Thursday, everyone. To be clear, because sometimes we do have a ghost Rob, there is no Rob today. There is no Rob. He is not a ghost. He's just non-existent.
You will hear no garbage.
What an accurate impression of your brother. Wow. Wow. Y'all, you're crazy. We've smashed this hype train. 120% of a way through a level 5 hype train? Excuse you?
Christ, that's so nice.
That's so kind. Thank you all so much. You're amazing. So I guess we'll roll into the rules here just so that we can get started on some of these questions and thoughts here.
While you do that, I realize I don't have water. I'll be right back while you do the rules.
Okay,
right
great.
Back.
Go get your water. Now we can talk as much crap about him as we want. No, I'm just kidding. He's got headphones on. He can hear me. Anyway, first and foremost, we are going to give priority to bit messages since that is the real world money spent. I know you heard me, Doug. I realized you had your wireless headphones on and you heard me saying that we could talk shit about you, but you know what?
I didn't hear that part. Okay.
Oh, well. Anyway, we're going to give priority to bit messages. We sometimes have time for highlighted messages at the end of stream, but highlighting a message does not guarantee that we are going to see it. Please do not repeat the same questions or comments over and over and over again in chat. You can get timed out or even banned. That does also include some of the questions. Obviously, we've been live for like 6 minutes now and haven't answered a single question. I've got a list. We'll get to it. Don't you worry. Also, please keep your questions to a reasonable length. We don't need paragraphs in chat because sometimes we lose even what your question is when that happens, first of all. And then second of all, sometimes I just read it really fast and then, you know, everything gets gobbledygooked and lost. So just, you know, keep your points short and concise. Please, no spoilers. Some people still have not had a chance to see Venom 2. So don't be that person who ruins Let There Be Carnage for them.
Well, the ending of Let There Be.
Yes, yeah. Well, just in general, okay? In general. And I think that maybe it's...
That's it, yep.
Awesome. Let's go. Oh, let me already say this, actually. Please maybe look to make sure someone else has not asked the question before you ask the question. I see that we already have 2 or 3 questions about Sora and Smash. So we don't need 2 more. Just because I don't want you to waste your bits, you know, feel like you've wasted your bits for us to go, oh, yep, we already answered that. Bye, you know. So.
Wink.
Let me get prepared for that.
Oh, you got your Keyblade! Oh, look at him. He's a Keyblade master is what he is.
I'm a Keyblade holder. I think that's the appropriate term.
Okay. Well, let's get started. D-Town, thank you so much for the 50 bits with This is Nostalgia-ween. This is Nostalgia-ween.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Small Movie World, thank you so much for the 10,000 bits. Thank
you. Why we smashed that hype train.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I knight you. Very kind.
That is so kind. Thank you. It has been 2 long months since I last attended a Thursday stream, so naturally I have a ton of bits to spare. Nostalgia-ween is here, baby.
Oh, well, thank you so much again. That's so incredibly kind of you.
That's so kind. Thank you. Jockscab, thank you for the 50 bits. Sora's in Smash, bitches!
Yes, man. The moves were looking pretty cool. Honestly, the biggest surprise is not that Sora's in it, but that they let the Mickey logo in there. That's where I was just like, whoa, they must have paid like mad penny for that. And those 3 circles cost a lot.
Right. And I mean, like, if you watched the release, the like trailer for it, it feels like there was definitely a part of the contract that said that had to be the first reveal. Is like the Mickey Mouse keychain and then the Keyblade kind of a thing.
Well, and even like the powers he's using, unless I didn't watch it closely, it didn't look like there were many like Disney characters, but there's Disney moves. Like, oh, he flies with Tinkerbell dust and stuff, but you don't see Tinkerbell, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I was actually really excited by some of the stages. If you watch the whole presentation, oh my gosh, they looked so cool.
Was one of the moves like you can turn someone to like a stained glass window? Was that like one of the special moves or something?
Yeah, I think so.
That is so fucking cool. I fucking love that.
Yeah, they had some of the music too. I'm surprised they got the rights to, but good for them.
Yeah,
good for them.
It must have cost a pretty penny, so good on them, man.
Energy Czar, thank you for the 50 bits. Before No Time to Die, can we get your guys' quick review of the 4 Daniel Craig films, and will there be a sibling rivalry for No Time to Die?
Rob's out of town, so no. I'm actually gonna try and see it right after this. I'm trying to think. I gotta watch. Was it Casino Royale?
Casino Royale is so good.
See, I didn't remember liking it.
Oh, really?
I think I didn't like Daniel Craig. I thought someone like Timothy Dalton was a more gritty, badass Bond to me, and I thought he was kind of a sourpuss. And then the one after it was just kind of boring, but he was getting a little better. Then the one after that was that
Skyfall. Mm-hmm.
Skyfall was really good.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I saw the one after that.
Spectre?
I should. Yeah, because I think it connects to this movie.
Yes.
So I'll probably read like a summary or something like that, because everyone told me it was just okay anyway. But, yeah, I should probably read up on that.
It's not the greatest one. Quantum of Solace is definitely the worst of the 4, but Spectre's all right. Frameiser, thank you for the 50 bits. After watching your Nightmare Before Christmas review, I just thought, where does Kramer's live?
Where does Kramer's live? Next to Jerry's.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Hello and welcome to the 3 joyful holidays. Happy Heatherween, Merry Rob's Giving, and not to forget, wonderful Merry Dougmas. Hope you 3 are in the holiday spirit.
Merry Rob's Giving Ghost, because he's not here.
He's not here. Yes. Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, would you make NC videos for the Rugrats movies, the Wild Thornberrys movie, and their crossover movie? I enjoy those. And
I didn't know there was a crossover movie.
Yeah.
I saw. Actually, I haven't seen any of them. I think I have the Rugrats movie on the list because that was such a big thing for a while, and I feel like that's worth talking about and looking over. You know, I liked Rugrats 5 when I was a kid, but it started to get that backlash, I remember, of people that were just like, oh, it's everywhere, I'm getting sick of it. And I was always like, I don't know, it seems inoffensive. So, yeah, I should probably check out the movie at some point.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello, King Heather and Queen Doug. How you doing?
Good. Royal. Cameron,
thank you for the 1,110 bits. Appreciate that.
You.
Doug, did you hear? Sora is finally in Smash Bros. You were right. What? They were building him up.
Oh, man. Yeah, I just had this out for nothing, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I did hear that. I think it's fucking awesome.
Energy Czar, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you guys ever been to New York City and Los Angeles? And what are your experience and impressions of those cities?
I kind of love and hate them both at the same time. New York has some of the most amazing stuff of any place. It also has some of the biggest pain in the ass, are you fucking kidding me things like in the world. But I get why. I get why it's like that. You literally have to fight for your space. Like, there are people everywhere all the time. You have to be that way. Everyone talks about the New York attitude, but you literally have no choice. So it's like, I get why it's like that. And kind of the same thing with LA. I like the movie stuff. I like the history. I don't get too much into it outside of that. It's just not my thing. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the heat. Even the trees, I'm like, too. So, but I do really like, it's like a magical place where movies are made, you know? So, yeah, there's pros and cons to both. The pros are very impressive with both of them, though.
Mm-hmm. Game King, thank you for the 50 bits. Hello, Doug, Rob, and Heather. So what is everyone's thoughts on Sora being the final Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighter?
You can get rid of him.
No, so people,
cool,
so people really do think that because they're like, oh wow, another anime sword fighter.
But it's Disney anime sword fighters. He's got the 3 circles.
Well, and he's also the most requested fighter, so like it makes sense. Small Movie World, thank you for the 666 bits. Appreciate that. So, Doug, I'm happy that you had a good trip over here to Scotland, but how did you find the Aaron Bro? I don't know. FYI, we're the only country on the planet where Coca-Cola isn't the #1 drink, thanks to Urn Brew.
Iron Brew. I knew. I was like, it's gonna be Iron Brew, isn't it? Because it
I
was
don't know.
everywhere. I mean, every place I visited there was amazing. Yeah, I think I forget if I said on stream before, but that is like the first time I vacationed somewhere, and I'm like, oh my god, I could live here. Like, it's the first place where I was like, if I was to move anywhere that wasn't like Chicago, it'd be like Edinburgh. I really loved it that much. Just Scotland in general, and I loved Ireland too.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Here's for the hype train. Choo choo. Thank you. Flutter Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, loved your review of Nightmare Before Christmas last night. Interesting bit of trivia. Excuse me. There's only 2 other Tim Burton directed movies that Danny Elfman didn't score. One was Sweeney Todd, as it already had a score and songs by Stephen Sondheim, and the other was Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children because I don't know why, honestly.
Yeah, I remember that, and yeah, there's still, I haven't seen anything that says concrete why Elfman didn't do the voice. It's still the same thing. Some say he was way too busy, and then others say it was a creative choice that might have resulted in that split. So I don't know, and a lot of them are from sources that are, you know, seem very legit, and like some are from the director. I think some are from Elfman. So no, it's very interesting.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. On October 1st, I watched the original Fright Night with Chris, and Roddy McDowell. I loved it. One of my new favorite films for Halloween. It reminded me of An American Werewolf in London, which is another classic. What are your thoughts on both movies?
American Werewolf is amazing. If for anything else, just the technology in it is phenomenal. But it's a good movie too. Fright Night, I always like, but I feel like I always remember the middle, and then I don't remember how it starts or how it ends. So I guess I only remember the main idea and enjoying it fine, but not having like a huge love for it. But yeah, like you said, I mean, just the actors alone are so enjoyable. Oh, and that weird kid that gets possessed and dinner's in the oven. I love that goofy stuff.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen the most recent episode of Doom Patrol yet? And if so, thoughts?
I don't think, did that come out today? Probably, and I have not seen it. I'll say I have not seen it.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What did you think of The Many Saints of Newark?
You know, I didn't see it. I hear, hold on. 23. Oh, okay. I was seeing what episodes were up for Doom Patrol, sorry. And I should, because it's, you know, The Sopranos. I hear it's good. I hear it's not great. I hear there's a lot going on, which I guess is like Sopranos, but it's a movie. Come on. You can cut out a few plots. But I should check it out. Yeah, I really do like The Sopranos.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which DCEU movie do you like the most? Wonder Woman, Shazam, or The Suicide Squad?
It's a toss-up between Wonder Woman and The Suicide Squad. Fuck. That's rough. Okay, Wonder Woman's probably the better movie. I think I like The Suicide Squad a little more. Just a little bit more my weird-ass shit. But technically, if you're to say which one's better made, that's probably Wonder Woman.
M. Tappet, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, are you excited to see Sora in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
What? He back out?
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. I know you said it takes a certain mindset to enjoy it, but Nightmare Before Christmas isn't for me. I've never been a fan of stop motion.
Oh, really? Oh, that's it. I don't usually hear that about stop motion. I mean, I know people that like can't watch cartoons. You know, the way they move, the way they're drawn, or even generated with computers and stuff. There's some people that just don't get into it. So yeah, I guess I hear where you're coming from.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 666 bits. In the spirit of the spooky season, have either of you discovered any cool new horror flicks recently? Among others, I checked out the Fear Street trilogy on Netflix and I loved them.
I started it. I couldn't get into it. The Fear Street.
I heard they're good.
I'm not an R.L. Stein guy. I'm sorry. I don't know if I ever will be. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Any other... I feel like there's like a classic horror film I saw. Now I can't remember what it is. I haven't had time to watch much this year, but like the last year, I think I saw one or two. I can't think of them though. If it comes up, I'll tell you.
I'm not a horror movie fan, so I have nothing for you. Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 300 bits. Evening, Doug and Heather. Loved the Nightmare Before Christmas review, but especially the Trick or Treat animated opening for Nostalgiaween. Will you do a Dark Toons on that cartoon or the Lonesome Ghosts cartoon? I love any classic / vintage Disney cartoons.
I'm thinking about if I have time. I have a bunch of cons this month. Literally tomorrow I'm going to a con. Oh, by the way, check me out, Too Many Games in Philadelphia. And then the following weekend I got Wizard World in Chicago. And it wasn't planned that way. Wizard World moved. That's why it's set up this way. And on top of that, a lot of movies are coming out as well that I got reviews. So I really want to, and that is the one I want to talk about because I literally just watched it last night. I'm like, oh my God, the backgrounds in that are so amazing. So I really do want to talk about it.
Jockscab, thank you for the 50 bits. Guys, what is your favorite Kirby copy hat in Smash? Little Max was my favorite until he got Kazuya's red eye. I don't know.
I was going to say, I don't think I've played it enough. I guess what I have played, maybe just Link, because the hat's cute.
Solid Snake is a pretty funny one, too, when he sucks him up. Framizer, thank you for the 69 bits. If you hate the Disney remake so much, blame the Stonecutters. They make them a success.
I didn't recall hearing that in the song, but I'll trust you.
Farkface, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, just seeing if you got my email. It's about a found footage movie, if that helps.
I gotta look over it again. I'm sorry. I'm running everywhere because I got a con to go to and another one right after. I'll do my best.
And Tori, thank you for the 100 bits, Doug. I promise this is the last time that I'm going to bring up Telltale's The Walking Dead. If you decide to play it on Twitch next, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. First, each game has episodes, much like a real show, and each episode is a couple hours, less than Kingdom Hearts. Second, take your time to talk to each character to learn more to help impact larger choices.
Well, if there's anything like those stars from that Purgatory in Kingdom Hearts 3, Jesus, yeah, I'll do it because that was some really great writing.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Favorite black nerd moment on NC? Andre suddenly acting all gangster at the start of Smurfs 2 kills me.
That might be it. Yeah, God, I also love the way he says, I hear Oscabuzz. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, I think that, especially he improvised the line, I'm going to pray for you. I love that.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Sorry I'm late. Doug, since you're going to be at Too Many Games tomorrow, I have 2 questions. Will you meet with Scott the Woz, who is also going there? Also, will you review the new Bond film coming out tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to try and see it tonight. I think I can pull it off. Yeah, I did see who was there. I never met him before, so if I bump into him, I'll tell him you said hi.
Psychotic Yoshi, thank you for the 50 bits. Excuse me. What are your thoughts on the 1983 anthology film adaptation of the trilogy, of the original Twilight Zone series that's directed by John Landis, Steven Spielberg, Joe Dante, and George Miller?
You know, I gotta watch it again, because when I was younger, I didn't like it because I said, this is way too zany, way too weird and goofy. But now I feel like I might like that just as its own thing, because I do remember the visuals being so crazy. So I gotta watch it again. Actually, that might be an interesting review, too. Let me write that down. It's actually not a bad idea.
Dumbst. Thank you for the 100 bits. So, Doug, what are your thoughts on the What If finale, if you've seen it? If not, what are your thoughts on the new Marvel shows as a whole? Do you think it's a smart decision on their part, or will it just lead to the downfall of that branch of Disney?
Well, financially, it doesn't seem to be a bad move. I think they're all doing great. I haven't seen I haven't seen any of What If. I've just been too busy. I just started watching Visions, and I think I only got like 2 in. Like I said, I'm just running everywhere right now. This is kind of the busy season for me. I mean, I really like Loki. I think I liked Winter Soldier a little more than other people, but I didn't love it. And I like the idea of WandaVision. I couldn't get into the execution. So, I mean, that's all over the map, man. So, I don't know. I say go for it. Again, I like when they do something that's really weird and different. So I'm more of Loki, and again, kind of the idea of WandaVision, I'm all down for.
Barkface, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm getting my second shot today. Apparently, this one hits harder than hits most harder. So I'm getting KFC and Krispy Kreme to cry in. Great.
Yeah, they make great tissues.
King of Autumn, thank you for the 50 bits. So, how would you describe this year's Stephen King time? Batshit like Sleepwalkers or surprisingly good like The Stand?
Somewhere in between, and I'm kind of cheating a little bit. It's kind of a Stephen King property. You'll have to wait and see. I'm actually really excited to talk about it. I am afraid people are gonna be like, but it's not, but it kind of is. You'll have to wait and see. But it is a movie I wanted to talk about for a little bit of time.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, you've mentioned Bat Month as a possible theme month, which would be awesome. I think March of next year would be perfect because that's the month when Matt Reeves' The Batman releases.
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I think we have to now. Yeah, I want to do the Dark Knight movies and then probably the 89 movie. And maybe if we got an extra day, might do Master of Phantasm in there too. Yeah, I feel like that'll be like probably all the Batman movies I'll do for a while.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your favorite Wes Anderson film?
Man, I gotta look them up. Oh, what's the Grand Budapest Hotel? Is that the one?
Yeah.
I think that one. It's funny because all of them they're not bad. They do kind of blend together, but something about that one and those characters and the way, especially the leads and how they worked off each other, I just remember the most. I remember being kind of the most touching. So I guess that one.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Which are some of your favorite spooky songs that get you in the mood for the season?
Honestly, a lot of the Disney ones, like the Trick or Treat song. I love the Headless Horseman song from the Disney Sleepy Hollow. Actually, I do listen to the Hocus Pocus, Put a Spell on You. I think that's a fun. Oh, the Haunted Mansion. Oh my God. Just listening to the soundtrack of that puts me in the mood. And the Grim Grinning Ghost. I love it.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on the character Livia Soprano? I know it's a weird opinion, but to me, she's one of the best modern TV villains. I said soprano, weird. Soprano. Livia Soprano.
Oh, no. Is that the mother? Yeah. It's weird. In a show about mobsters, it's hard to describe her as like a villain. But I did see a little bit of her Vera, I forget her name, the mother from Bates Motel, acting as her, and Christ did she get her down, though I feel bad because I feel like she's going to be typecast as like evil mothers, I guess. But yeah, definitely not a good person. And both actresses, the one in the new movie and then the one in the show, did a great job.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Great job in the Nightmare Before Christmas review. You know, one of my favorite scenes from the film is at the end where Jack and Santa wish each other a happy Halloween and Merry Christmas. It's small, but I find it charming to see two major holiday icons giving each other respect and admiration. So question for all of you, what scene in Nightmare Before Christmas spoke to you?
God, in terms of... It's hard to say. I can't say like it spoke to me, but when I saw that intro that this is Halloween on the big screen, especially like, the shadows on the tombstones, and then when Jack rises out of the well, I mean, it's one of those few moments where I'm like, God, that gave me chills watching that for the first time. I'm just like, man, this is something amazing I've never seen before, and this is just like all hitting me like how cool this is. So honestly, as much as I like the rest of the movie, I don't know if it ever topped that. I think it's kind of like Up, where it like can't top the opening, but the rest of the movie is great. So yeah, I think just that.
Frameiser, thank you for the 50 bits. Are you excited for Muppets Haunted Mansion on Disney Plus tomorrow?
Oh, is it tomorrow? Oh, well, I'm not gonna be able to see it then for a bit of time, but no.
Oh, it looks fun. I saw the trailer actually looks really cute, and like they've got a lot of little Easter eggs in there for people who know the Haunted Mansion ride.
Yeah, but that's what's so weird. I thought I'd be more excited for it. Because I do really like the Muppets and I like the Haunted Mansion. Something about that trailer didn't win me over. And maybe that's it. It's like, oh, that looks cute, like just a little Disney Plus thing, but like maybe because I love the Haunted Mansion so much, I really want to see like an epic Haunted Mansion property, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I get Guillermo del Toro in there or something like that. but I guess what can you do with the Muppets that's going to be epic with the Haunted Mansion? I guess not much, but I could be wrong. Could be fucking epic. I don't know.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Remember when you said you get a serial killer vibe from Jim Carrey in The Mask? I get that vibe from you every time you're on screen, you beautiful madman.
Why, thank you. Yeah, I got more out of that than in the number 23, when he actually did play a serial killer.
Kermit Wazowski, thank you for the 50 bits. Hope you and Brad have fun at Too Many Games. I might have been able to make it if it were announced a little further in advance, but I'm going to try to save up for one of the later cons.
Oh, nice. Yeah, well, you see the ones that are coming up. Yeah, so you can check out one of those.
Yeah, I want to meet you too, Kermit Wazowski. Dill Bob, thank you for the 50
have you
bits.
No,
I have not.
Hopefully you can come to, sometimes she's at C2E2. Hopefully we'll see you there. Yeah, we'll meet up. We'll meet up at some point.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Were you a fan of Chris Farley while he was alive? Also, thoughts on Tommy Boy? Personally, it's one of my favorite comedies.
Yeah, but I didn't love him. I think when I was younger, I did like physical comedy. Obviously, I like Jim Carrey. There was something about the shtick that when he started to go into the movies, the shtick kind of got old a little bit. I liked him more on SNL. And even then, I know people love Black Sheep and Tommy Boy, and I could never get into them. I try watching them later. I'm like, this isn't hitting me, man. I'm sorry, but I love him on SNL. And I mean, not just the physical stuff, but like the delivery is so funny, and that unique voice he's got. So, yeah, I was a fan. I wouldn't say like I was a diehard fan, because that'd be more for someone like Jim Carrey for me, probably when I was a kid.
Dustin, thank you so much for that 17-month subscription.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Who was it that designed your awesome Halloween and Christmas jackets for NC?
We just got those at the store.
Yeah, you can find them.
We were wearing that before. What was it? David S. Pumpkins? What's the name of the Tom Hanks character?
Oh, yes. I don't remember.
Yeah, and then everyone's like, oh, look, he's imitating the Tom Hanks character. I'm like, no, we wore it first. We got to it first.
Fish, thank you for the 50 bits. Hello, you deviously divine duo. Ooh, I like that. Will you be seeing No Time to Die this weekend? And will you be doing an NC review of Venom 2 down the road?
That's a very good question. I don't know. I mean, there's plenty to make fun of. It's funny. I didn't like the way the first Venom review turned out, so I kind of associated with like bad memories. I was trying to make the timing a little shorter, and I was experimenting a little bit. And that's one of the experiments where I'm like, I don't like the way this turned out. This doesn't feel that funny or that interesting. Like I like going to some of the history, but Venom 2 has a lot of material, so maybe, I don't know, if the mood hits me right, I'll review it.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Heather, who is the best and worst James Bond love interest? The best one for me is a tie between the love interest in GoldenEye and the one in Daniel Craig's Casino Royale.
I do like the one in GoldenEye. The worst, probably Denise Richards. I mean, even for James Bond, it's like, no, you're not a rocket scientist. And then they give her that name was Christmas Jones just for that one joke at the end that everyone's already writing in their head. All right, it's like one of 3 jokes it's gonna be, and it's like, oh, they went with that one. Okay.
Frameiser, thank you for the 50 bits. In honor of No Time to Die, what's your favorite Bond movie?
It's funny. It was one of the Timothy Dalton ones. I can't remember which one it was. I weirdly really liked his James Bond. I did when I was younger, but now I'm like, man, that's like the edgy, almost psychotic one that like I feel like Daniel Craig was trying to do early on. I think Dalton really nailed it. But I can't remember which one it was. I think it's License to Kill. I really like, because that's just an 80s revenge movie.
They all blend together for me. I think I've told this story before. All the James Bond movies blend together, even with the different actors, because I watched them all in one weekend. Because I used to date a guy in college who was named Ian after the author of the James Bond movies. Like, that's how obsessed his dad was with the James Bond movies. So when he found out that I had never seen a James Bond movie, he was like, great. You're going to sit in our home theater. We're going to watch them all. I'm going to give you some wine, because I was 19 at the time. That was illegal. He's like, you're going to have some wine and we're going to watch all the James Bonds. And I was like, okay.
That Sounds like a fun weekend.
It was actually, but they all bled together for me now because it was like literally 24 hours of James Bond. Jocks Cabs, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, I've been meaning to ask, as someone who hasn't played Birth by Sleep yet, what made you love Aqua so much when you played Kingdom Hearts 3? Hers was the story that I was intrigued about the most. Like, I said this when I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3 on my personal stream, I felt like I would have been mad if I had played the other games because they do so much, well, as you know, and like summarize the other games for you. And hers was the only story where I was like, oh my God, I have to know more about this. What is going on with her? Like, oh my gosh, I've never even played Birth by Sleep, and I'm like torn up at this Dark Aqua fight? Like, what? I have to play this.
And I like the way they integrated it into the game too. Like, again, I was almost like, oh, it's actually a little short. I thought there'd be more, but it's in the fight. She's talking in the fight, and you get the idea. Like, there's a lot of her, and they're walking in different directions, almost lost. Like, they're fighting, but they're also kind of lost and stuff. Like, she's clearly just broken, and they made her really interesting, and they incorporate her into the actual fight as well.
Right.
Like the story and the character, yeah.
Mark Creation Studios, thank you for the 50 bits. What was your reaction to Sora's reveal? Were you excited or disappointed?
Oh, I was excited. I mean, I can't think of any reason to really be disappointed. Yeah, no, what I saw looked cool, and the stained glass stuff I think is really, really cool. I can't wait to see what they do with that.
Right. Bernsey, thank you for the 100 bits. My problem with suggesting a movie from the 70s or 80s to review that's not well known is that if it's not readily available, then the chances of the CA crew being demonetized seems like about 100%. Am I right? I don't know about demonetized just so much as we won't be able to find clips.
Well, sometimes you'll find a movie that's so not, it's like so under the radar that like the maker of the movie will find it and owns the rights. It's like, go after him. Like Brad's definitely encountered that several times, because he'll really go for like obscure stuff that's like under the radar. So and maybe that's what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, it's a possibility.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Since Sora is in Smash, I might give it a try. Not that big of a Nintendo nerd, but I am a Kingdom Hearts fan at heart.
Oh, Smash is fun.
Welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say I can't think of anyone that dislikes. I'm sure they're out there. I just haven't met them yet.
Yeah. That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Now that Space Jam New Legacy is available on Blu-ray, will there be a future NC?
Yeah.
Tapid, thank you for the 50 bits. One thing I found interesting from Nightmare Before Christmas was the original teaser trailers on the Disney VHS going from Walt Disney Pictures to Walt Disney Studios to Touchstone Pictures before reverting back to Walt Disney Pictures after Touchstone was dissolved.
I do remember, yeah, because it was introduced as Touchstone first. In fact, I noticed, and that's why I suddenly put it together, because I was watching the movie again, and the title comes up too early, and it doesn't match the music. I was like, why is that? Why would they change that? And I realized because the Touchstone logo isn't there, because the music was playing with the Touchstone logo played. I just put that together now that person brought that up. So, okay, okay, figured it out. Thank you.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, what kind of anime Star Wars Vision short story would you do? Maybe something with Mara Jade? That'd be fun. Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug and Heather, you mentioned before that you watched the Lemony Snicket Netflix show. What did you think of it? I really enjoyed the fact that they built every location as a practical set.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's really neat.
That is really neat.
I liked the first season, and then when I got to the second season, I'm like, oh, it's always this formula. Okay, which is maybe the books. I'm sure that's the books. That did kind of turn me off to it a little bit, so I still don't know if I finished it.
Oh, really?
Is it 2 or 3 seasons?
I think it's only 2. I can't remember.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've watched it.
Okay, so I didn't finish the second season. I think I finally just got turned off by the fact that was always going to be the thing, but I did watch about half of it.
I really enjoy it, but I also really enjoy the books, and those are more like the books than the Jim Carrey one was, so.
Yeah.
Poke Nutcase, thank you for the 113 bits. Doug, do you remember catching bits of the Jim Henson Hour and or the Storyteller?
I think I saw a little bit of it years later. Like I've gotten like people have sent me DVDs of that at cons, interestingly enough. So I think I've seen like bits and pieces of it. I don't have like a super strong memory of them, but I remember them being good.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. I remember on a previous stream you mentioned that Back to the Future 3 was your favorite of the trilogy. I must ask one question. Why?
I knew that was gonna be it. I think because the first, okay, how do I put it? The first one I watch over and over again now, and I see all the little tidbits, all the little genius things in it. And I do love it more. It's a better made movie. The third one we recorded on TV. We just watched it over and over and over. It's pure nostalgia. I have fond memories of it. And unpopular opinion, I really like Mary Steenburgen's acting in that movie. I don't think the character's very good, but her acting, I thought she really sold it.
And Tari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, there's an animated Christmas short film on YouTube called Second Star to the Left, A Christmas Tale. Me having nostalgia for it aside, it's just another NC Christmas idea for you to check out.
Okay, what's it called? Second Star to the right?
Left.
Oh, Second Star to the left. Okay.
A Christmas Story.
Look that up.
Tapid, thank you for the 50 bits. There is also a Nightmare Before Christmas live viewing at Hollywood Bowl with Danny Elfman doing the singing voice of Jack and Ken Page reprising his role as Oogie Boogie. Sometimes the other cast members join them.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. Yeah, those are really cool to see. I see sometimes they get Catherine O'Hara and Paul Rubens and stuff. So no, that's really cool.
Yeah, but this year's I'm a little bit of a Billie Eilish fangirl, and this year Billie Eilish is doing the voice of Sally, and I'm like, oh really? God, I want to say that.
Oh shit, that might actually sound good. I love Catherine O'Hara, but she didn't sing that song very well.
No. Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. I'm excited that you finally get to attend a con again this weekend. I was meant to be attending Scottish Comic Con this weekend, but it's been canceled. I was meant to be meeting Michael Madsen and Billy Zane, but oh well.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, but both those, I hear both those people are really cool.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Question for all of you. Are there anime shows that you want to see a what if episode about? For me, there's 3. What if Ash didn't meet Pikachu? What if the Digidestined never went to camp? Or what if Light didn't get the Death Note?
I don't know if it's a what if, but I wouldn't mind seeing like what happened to Ed at the end of Bebop. I'd always be, but I'm saying that under the idea that I love that I don't know. Like, that's just so much better. That's where to end it. But it's like, man, if they did like a Batman Begins, like, well, I know you don't really want to know what happens after the parents die and in between becoming Batman, but if you got to do it, here's what it is, and they do a great job. Like, that'd be really cool to see.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. I have to admit, when I really love a film, I like to just sit back, relax, and enjoy it. I wouldn't really call myself a nitpicker. No disrespect to your reviews of movies like Batman Returns, but unlike Rob, I've never seen it as a guilty pleasure. I just see it as a movie I really enjoy. It's cool to hear different points of view, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and please, like what you like. There's tons of people that are like, I'm a professional critic. I have degrees. I have all that stuff. And their opinions sometimes aren't anything as good as like, Joe Schmo on the street or whatever. So it really doesn't matter if you like something or dislike it. I think to me, what a critic should do is provide an interesting point of view that makes you look at something in a more interesting way. And ultimately, I think the goal is to have you appreciate movies more, even though Nostalgia Critic like breaks down movies and makes fun of them and stuff like that. I think a lot of times that can make you either appreciate good movies even more for how much goes into them, or B, appreciate them on a totally different level where it's like, man, this is so bad it's actually entertaining. So yeah, whatever you enjoy, please enjoy it.
Jock's Cab, thank you for the 50 bits. I like to think they showed the Mickey head first as a middle finger to all the naysayers who said Disney would never allow that. I'm pretty sure it was contractual, to be honest with you.
I believe either, but you're probably right.
Poke Nutcase, thank you for the 77 bits. Doug, have you thought about doing NC episodes for the Muppet movie and Muppets from Space in the future?
I can't find Muppets from Space. I thought it'd be on Disney Plus, but it's not. They have like every other Muppet movie but that. And then, oh, yes. Oh my God.
I know, I keep getting the same. It's all the CA text thread. I keep getting the same text.
I'm just going to turn it off here. Yeah. And what's the other one? The Muppet movie? Like the first one?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't think it was Disney then, but I don't know. I might cheat and do it. We'll see.
Shadow the Hedgehog, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, have you played Final Fantasy VIII? It does get a bad rap online, but story, it is very well made, even if it doesn't sound like it.
I haven't played any Final Fantasy games. I'm a heathen. Sorry.
You're a heathen. Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug, can you do an NC for Hancock? The second half of the story and shaky camera always drove me insane.
Might be interesting. A lot of time has passed over that. I haven't even thought about that movie in a long time. Yeah, I'll write that down. It's not a bad idea.
Psychotic Yoshi, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on the show Modern Family?
Oh, Modern Family? I've only seen a little bit. What I saw was fine. It's another one of those shows where it's like, it doesn't grab me, but I totally acknowledge it's a well-made show with good acting and everything. So, yeah, I think it's okay.
Letter Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. So, Doug, you've mentioned in the past that you hate Scrappy-Doo, much like everyone else, even to the point of wanting to run him over if you ever come across him in real life. But if that's the case, how come you felt like him being abandoned at the beginning of the first live-action Scooby-Doo movie was too harsh?
Because I feel like if they kept the script as is, as a rated R movie, that'd be hilarious. But because it's supposed to be whatever, G, PG, whatever it was, and it was trimmed down, and, you know, Raja Gosnelled to death and everything, I don't think they got what was funny in terms of the tone and what they were going for. So, yeah, I think that's why.
D-Town, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves?
I haven't seen it. I've only seen the trailer, which honestly looked a little funny. I like them getting shrunken down, and then the kids throw a party, and they're yelling at them, "Hey, you can't do that! Hey, put that back on!" That's a little funny, but I hear it's not very good.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Any throwaway NC jokes that make you chuckle when you think of them? One of my favorites is Skeletor from the He-Man Christmas review, "I'm Jewish!"
Rob really likes that one, too. I really like the one I think in Batman v Superman, where Superman says, "You're responsible for a bunch of deaths." He's like, "Oh, that's ridiculous." And he's talking about like throwing a batarang, shooting someone, then pushing a button, and the Batmobile like runs over a dude. And well, without looking, the timing of it was so good. It's one of those jokes where I'm just like, oh my God, I just nailed the timing of that.
Eastern 57, thank you for the 420 bits. For Doug, are the cranberry apple pork chops really your favorite HelloFresh meal?
Yeah, they are. And it actually was, you know, because I really mean it. I'm not a good cook. But, you know, when you read the directions on there, they actually are pretty well laid out.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Y'all, I asked you for no spoilers. This is a Venom 2 question. I'm trying to figure out how to ask this without spoilers. Okay, so there's a comment mentioned. Oh, that's not really a spoiler. There's a comment mentioned about how people love their serial killers, and I kind of wish the movie explored that a little bit more, because if someone like, oh gosh, what's his last name? Cassidy, did exist, isn't it Cassius? Did exist, there would be a Netflix show about him. What do you think?
I think you need a better movie and a better writer to handle that. You first need to get scripts that aren't written in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. There's a Netflix documentary about every famous killer, so, you know.
Yeah, no. I think they're talking about, like, analyzing that, like, in the Marvel universe or whatever. The
Gotcha.
idea of, like, you know, like, supervillains or whatever that are, like, well, I was even saying in Batman Returns, it's so weird that he brings up Ted Bundy. I'm just like, so, like, I mean, John Wayne Gacy, there's already a killer clown in Batman? Like, this is weird to think about.
Bernsey, thank you for the 50 bits. Casino Royale is wacky. I mean, I understand it's gritty, so Bond being tortured is expected, and the love scenes that Bond is involved in is expected. It's just how the torture plays out, and the immediacy of the love scene makes things odd. You'll understand when you see it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's, I don't know, I feel like GoldenEye kind of did that too, where it's kind of goofy, but was playing it a little bit more serious too. And same thing with, like, the Timothy Dalton movie. So I'm okay with that. Again, I feel like I gotta see it again, because I really just remember not liking Craig. I thought he was way too stone-faced and not interesting. But maybe if I see it again, I'll like it more.
General Kenobi, thank you for the 50 bits. Hello, all you awesome people. 2 quick questions. First, have y'all considered coming to a convention in Florida?
Yeah, just ask them to have us out, man. We have done conventions in Florida, just not in a while.
Second, have either of you played Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors? It's a good game where you can just open up a can of dye.
I haven't. No.
I haven't. No, it's not generally my style of game. Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. As I recall, the Rugrats / Wild Thornberrys crossover movie, the dog is voiced by none other than Bruce Ibikaye Willis. Might be that wheel you into the review?
Oh, I haven't even seen Wild Thornberrys the show, so one of the only reasons I even know about it is because that guy's face is memed all over the place. So, yeah, I wouldn't be the guy to talk about it. I think it's like me talking about Hey Arnold. I didn't really grow up with the show, so even though I think I talked about it briefly, and even then it was like so brief, I'm like, yeah, it looks okay. And it's like this generation-defying show. So again, I try not to talk about stuff unless I have a little bit of an understanding of it.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, believe me when I say I'm not a fan of Hercules either, but the remake we're getting has me a little interested. It's being produced by the Russo brothers, who always do a great job.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Okay. Okay, I'm open to that. All right, I'm down for that.
Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. Just wanted to say thank you for the Kingdom Hearts streams. They have been so fun. May your hearts be your guiding key.
Oh, thank you so much. I got a key right here, so thank you.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug, good to hear from you. Excellent review of Nightmare. One bit I have over the Mask review was being surprised not bringing up Cameron Diaz's stellar entrance in the film. One of the best Hollywood star intros. To quote Nicole Kidman in Batman Forever, hot entrance.
I mean, she looks pretty good throughout the whole movie. So, yeah, I think her just showing up got the job done for that.
Mr. Dank himself, thank you for the 83 bits. Hey, Doug, good for you getting back into the convention scene. Think you'll have time to carve out a brewery trip while you're away?
You know, I never know. Well, 2 of them are in Chicago. So, I mean, maybe I'll still drop by a brewery. But, yeah, nothing's planned. So I'll just see what's around there.
Mark Creation Studios, thank you for the 50 bits. When Sora was revealed, did you feel any excitement or cheer at all, or was it more of a meh feeling?
Oh, it was cool. You know, it's weird. You know how, like, when you're a kid, you're excited by Santa Claus, and then when you get older, you see other kids excited, and you get excited for them? It's kind of the same thing. Like, I like Sora, but I was more excited for how excited the fans were going to get.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool. I guess in that sense, it kind of hyped me up a little bit.
And Tori, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I think it's awesome you're playing video games on Twitch. Not only can you make a lot more money in the long run, I mean, that's debatable, but to me, video games are such a great and unique form of art. They deserve just as much attention as movies and TV shows. Play more classics like You Know What and give your unique and funny point of view.
Yeah, maybe. We're still looking into, you know, like what games to do next year and stuff like that. Why did I say next year? Next year. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, we'll definitely look more into it. And I agree. I think how far they've come is very, very impressive. And even before then, I think there's this artistic merit to a lot of games that is definitely there. I don't even think it's a debate. It's definitely there.
I know, guys. Thank you so much for that 18-month subscription. Welcome back. Excuse me. Again, I have returned, so apparently there was an extended look at Sonic the Hedgehog 2 revealed at Cine Europe. People say that while the humor is mostly the same as the first, they're not in a car for most of it, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I feel like if in the first movie, if it was still the same humor, but they were in like imaginative lands and, you know, you can really have fun with like the loops and the characters and stuff, that would probably win me over. Yeah, I think it's the combination of all those things. But again, I don't think it's awful, and that pissed me off even more. I wanted that awful movie that was promised to me. I wanted that terrible movie that was playing Gangsta's Paradise with that terrible creepy teeth monstrosity, and I couldn't even get that. I couldn't even dislike it so much it was fun. So yeah, it was just a meh movie to me.
Game King, thank you for the 75 bits. So Doug, with your Kingdom Hearts playthrough almost at the end, what is the next game you are going to play on Fridays?
We're definitely going to do 2 of the Disney games, you know, just like
classics.
Yeah, and we'll probably do those on the same stream because they're pretty short. And we'll kind of gauge from there where we want to go. If we want to do another Disney game or if we want to do a different type. of game that has nothing to do with Disney. So yeah, we're still feeling it out.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey Doug, I know you said that this year you wanted to review films that you were passionate about. I was wondering if you had any plans to review the OG Ghostbusters, both in honor of Ghostbusters Afterlife and to close the loop on Ghostbusters reviews.
I was thinking about it. I don't know. It's another one of those where everything that can be said about it has kind of been said. I really don't want to talk about it unless I can offer a different point of view or something unique. And I really don't right now. It's just like everyone knows why it's so great and goofy and fun. So as of now, no. But if I think of something that I can say about that'd be unique, I'll do it.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you think a Game of Thrones movie could ever deliver a slightly more satisfying ending to the show, or do you think they ruined the 8th season so much that it wouldn't be worth it?
Like a follow-up movie? Is that what
I
you mean?
suppose.
I mean, we've seen lots of stuff that we've said, oh, that's ruined, it'll never come back. And it usually comes back. I mean, they already have another show coming out, don't they? Like a prequel show.
Oh, they have like 5 greenlit at HBO Max, and I don't know why is the time. It's past the cultural zeitgeist. Get over it, HBO Max.
Yeah. So, but who knows? Maybe it'll be really good. There's sequel shows and remakes and stuff like that. I mean, so, but you could be right too. It could just, just flounder, like nobody will watch it. So, I don't know. I never straight up say, no, they can't, because you can get a really talented writer, director, crew, and they can make it work. But I'm not excited to see any of it, if that adds up.
Bernsey, thank you for the 50 bits. So, if it's okay to suggest this movie from early in Jim Carrey's career, check out Once Bitten with Lauren Hutton.
I saw that. Yeah, there again. I really was obsessed with Jim Carrey for a while. So I just wanted to see like every movie he's done, everything he's been in. I even saw like some episodes of The Quack Factory. Or was it The Duck Factory? Shit, it was long ago. So I did see that. And yeah, I still really like the dance scene in that is a lot of fun where he like plays his leg and everything. So yeah, that's a cute, goofy movie.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Doug, I really appreciate the progression of your NC sponsorship ads. At the start, they were quite standard, but since then, you just sort of mentally devolved into a crazy, surreal wormhole.
Yeah, I mean, I just made them a little weirder every single time, and nobody ever said stop. So I just keep doing them, making them weirder.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, are there any Christian Slater movies you want to review? I vote for Broken Arrow.
Star Trek 6.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. To continue on my previous comment about Nightmare Before Christmas, it's weird to me how I didn't get into that film, but I really liked Coraline.
Oh, they're very, it's same director, it's stop motion, everything, but they're very, very different. We just watched Coraline again. God, it's so good. I mean, but just the dialogue, the characters, the interactions, they're much closer to how people talk, even down to the parents are not the best parents, but they're not like villains either. They're just busy folks that don't really have time for Coraline at the moment, and they're moving. They gotta get jobs done, so they're a little rude. And a lot of people say they don't like the parents in there, but I've seen people, parents who love their kids, but every once in a while they just need a break. And if the kid's whining, it's like, oh yeah, cool. It's like sometimes you just have that week or that day, so I didn't see him as bad guys.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you guys seen the new Tick Tick Boom trailer? Andrew Garfield has quite a set of pipes on him. No idea he could sing like that. In any case, Doug doesn't know what I'm talking about. It's a musical movie by and basically about Jonathan Larson, played by Garfield. It's also directed by Lin-Manuel Miranda, his first film as a director.
Yeah, did you see it, Heather?
Yeah, I'm interested in it, but I'm just
Okay.
I'm intrigued. I like Lin-Manuel Miranda, and I think the story could be very interesting because it's about the guy who wrote Rent.
Yeah, so I saw it. I don't think I'm the crowd.
I don't think you are, Doug.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I wanted to get your feedback, because I'm like, look, I mean, Broadway is fine, but I'm not like a huge fan of it. I don't get super into it. I feel like this is for people that know the artist, know the struggles, love this kind of music. And I'm just watching it like, I'm sure this is perfectly fine. I don't think it's for me.
Dexter Rage, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey guys, what do you think about the 90s Robin Hood movie with Costner? I love it. It's one of my best childhood movies. I can watch it anytime. I know that in English, Costner is a bit dull and there is a little to no accent, but in my native language, the dubbing was fantastic too. And of course, the cast, Ellen Rickman, Morgan Freeman, etc. Great movie for me.
Okay. I haven't seen it since it came out. I remember being very puzzled by it, but I kind of like being puzzled as a kid, especially if it was like a dark kind of puzzle, because it was kind of a dark movie. But I never went back to it because I just assumed it was bad because Kevin Costner. I just did not like his movies at that point. He's pretty good now. I think he's really turned into a good actor. But I should give it another chance because all the clips I see, it's just so crazy and weird, and like the performances are so odd and the shots are so odd. So I really should give it a second chance.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Will you ever review Speed Racer again, this time preferably without a headache?
I did a review with Bennett, I believe. We did like a crossover, so go check that out.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Doug, you asked a few weeks back suggestions for top 11s. The most natural of options has got to be the top 11 Daria episodes.
Maybe? It'd be interesting for me to do. I don't know how many people would click on it.
Yeah.
And like I said, with sponsors, we do want people to, go and see them and look at the product and stuff like that. So that might be a little too low a view count. It's not a bad idea, though.
Sailor Aaron, thank you so much for gifting those 5 subs. We super appreciate that. Thank you. Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug, I just got out of No Time to Die. I thought it was great, but it's definitely a direct sequel to Spectre. So I recommend you watch that before you watch No Time to Die. No Time to Die looks so amazing on the big screen. Incredible cinematography and practical stunts.
I saw the last Mission Impossible without seeing like the last 3 that came before it, and I still followed it okay. I'll look up a recap, but I'm not a guy that gets bothered by that anyway. If something's like, ruined in a spoiler or whatever, I'm just like, well, if it's good, I'll still like it. I should enjoy it anyway. So I'm not someone that's like, la, 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 when somebody gives something away. So I will look at a recap before I go in, though.
Mark Creation Studios, thank you for the 50 bits. Can you believe that they've probably been developing Sora for Smash ever since 2015, way before Kingdom Hearts 3 ever released? Also, he's a part of the 13th DLC pack, and he is getting released 13 days after the announcement.
Oh, that's kind of neat. Yeah, no, that is really, really cool.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, do you think we would have the term cult classic if Hollywood critics or people in general appreciated films in the first place?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Do you think we would have the term cult classic if Hollywood critics or people in general appreciated films in the first place? So like there's using cult classic as like a movie that's appreciated after the fact kind of a thing.
Okay, there's always going to be something that slips, under the radar, or people's attitudes are going to change. There's a lot of movies that came out that people loved when it came out, now they don't. There's a lot of movies that people didn't like or didn't know about, and now they love. So I guess so, but that's part of the fun, is discovering these little movies that do change, or you change, or times change. And I don't know, that's a great kind of statement about what humanity can do and how we can see things so differently. So yeah, I think it's great.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on Michelle Gomez's character in Doom Patrol Season 3?
That's,
I haven't watched it yet.
Right, hold on. Michelle Gomez. Let me double check, just make sure that's the, yeah, that's her. I think she's great. I think her comedic timing is really great. I love her delivery. And then from the last episode, I didn't see the one that just came out, but the previous one, again, like everything in the show, they make her really interesting. Like, what is going on, and what's the past story, and what's the connection with everyone. So yeah, I think she's just as good as all the other characters.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Since you have so many shows to watch for Disney-cember, how many episodes of a show do you normally watch per day to get it all done in time?
I usually watch one a day. Like when I'm working out in the morning, I'll do some boxing or stretches, and I'll put on, like right now I'm doing Tangled, like that's the show I'm watching. Yeah, and I try to space them. I look at how many episodes a show has. If it's something like Clone Wars, I'll even like do one in the morning, then maybe one as I start to go to bed or something. But yeah, something like Tangled's a little easier to do because I think it's 3 seasons. I think it's like 20 episodes a season, I think.
Small Movie World, thank you for the 420 bits. Have either of you ever been to a cat cafe? We have one in Glasgow, creatively called the Purple Cat Cafe. I'm going there for my second visit tomorrow. It's so wholesome.
No, and we drove by one once.
Oh, really?
When were we in Tennessee, I think? There's like a cat cafe, and we almost dropped by there, but we really heard this other place had great food, so we went there instead.
No surprise, I've been to one in Japan. Been to a cat cafe, I went to a rabbit cafe, and my friends went to an owl cafe without me, which I'm very sad about because an owl cafe sounds awesome. The first thing that came in my head was like they're just all up there, like the tiki room, and I was just like, wait a minute, no, they're probably just in cages. They're just right next to you on like little. They look so cute.
Oh, do they? Oh, okay. Like I'm thinking like they're
little
gonna
perches,
ship some food or something. I'm just like, oh, I don't know.
Kermit Wazowski, thank you for the 50 bits. Can we get an "I'm a cameo" from Chaplin?
Come on, buddy. All right, ready. You know you're late. Nope. Sorry, I tried.
Poke Nutcase, thank you for the 77 bits. Doug, did you ever see the original Walking with Dinosaurs miniseries?
Walking with Dinosaurs. God, I wonder if it's. I remember when I was a kid in the 80s. I remember seeing one, but I don't think that's the same thing. Hold on, let me see. Walking with Dinosaurs. No, I have not. Maybe I'll check it out.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug and Heather, am I a bad person for hearing that Judi Dench lost her eyesight back in 2012 and immediately thinking, that's how they got her to do Cats and Artemis Fowl?
I mean, it's bad taste, but it's funny.
Yeah, and she's not totally blind, by the way. She's just dealing. I looked it up because I was like, is Judi Dench, has she been blind since 2012? And I didn't know. She has macular degeneration, which my grandma has too. It just means that she's slowly losing her eyesight. So like she's not blind.
Say, if she was blind the whole time, Jesus Christ, she's an even better actress than
no,
I thought she was.
she's not blind. She's dealing with macular degeneration, which just your eyesight lessens. Okay. Burnsy, thank you for the 50 bits. Thanksgiving Sunday in Canada this Sunday, mainly because no one could believe the pasty-faced white guys could survive a meal outside of a late November Canadian afternoon. Hope you guys have a great weekend.
You too.
Hi, Noah, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. What's the Stephen King review for this Nostalgia-ween? Will it be a show or a movie? Or will you just have to wait?
It's a movie. I won't give away what it is. I will give the clue. It's kind of a Stephen King movie, and it's kind of not. I want to see if you can put it together just through that.
Mr. Michael Musk, thank you for that Prime subscription. Welcome, appreciate that. Cameron, thank you for the 89 bits. It's great that we get to see Sora as a Smash brother, but imagine the contracts and wrestling Sakurai had to go through with Disney to accomplish it. Poor guy. Honestly, yeah.
But I mean, I will say this, is that the guy who made Kingdom Hearts? Is that what?
No, Sakurai is the director of Super Smash Bros, the creator and programmer for.
I mean, I will say the guy who did Kingdom Hearts, I mean, he's had to do that with a ton of Disney characters. Granted, it sounds like some he lost to and stuff like that, but I mean, like, I think Disney knows it's bank and it makes sense to do. But yes, I imagine that would be a nightmare.
Yeah. Mark Creation Studios, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you think you'll ever play Smash with Sora one day, just for fun or even on stream?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that'll be a lot of fun. I actually really want to play, I think you were telling me about it, Heather, and now I see ads for it all the time, that Nickelodeon game.
We should do that for Tournament Tuesday.
Yeah, and sadly, I hear there's no Doug in it. What a shame. No Quail Man? That's a shame.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 150 bits. Will you review the Tower of Terror made-for-TV movie with Kristen Dunst and Steve Guttenberg this year for Nostalgia-ween, or Disney-cember this year or next year?
Disney-cember, yes. I loved it. I absolutely
Isn't it so fun? I'm so glad to hear that, because I was obsessed with that movie as a kid, and I was like, is this just me? Does anyone not know what this is?
No, that is a surprisingly well-made Disney. I actually think that might be the best ride movie, honestly, a Disney ride movie out of all of them for what it is.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. One good thing that came out of WandaVision was that Agatha is getting her own show. Also, what is your opinion of the Hawkeye trailer?
Oh, I forgot about. Did I see?
It's kind of like, it's got Die Hard vibes. It's a Christmas. It's set during Christmas, and there's a lot of arrows and Kate Bishop, and
I think I missed this.
You may have. It looks interesting. It was a little bit more comedic than I thought it was going to be, because Hawkeye has been such a serious character. But I'm down for it.
Okay, huh? I gotta check that out. Yeah, I totally missed that.
Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. If you have the time, Doug, would you review the Chucky series coming out next Tuesday? What are your thoughts on Chucky in general?
Oh, he's fun. In the first film, again, it's one of those series where when I saw the first one, I didn't like it because I'm like, well, it's not actually scary, but that's not really the point. You know, I think it's being a little bit more fun and kind of creepy. And sometimes the puppeteering on that doll is effective. But yeah, they're fun for what they are. And good God, his voice is so fucking great. Brad Dourif's voice is so good.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. I know you've been asked tons of times about the Mario cast, but were there any actors you saw that you think were a good choice?
I mean, I guess the one playing Peach, because, I don't know, hearing this kind of voice the whole time would probably get a little annoying. So, you know, I think that's a good actress too. So, yeah, I guess that one.
I'm pretty here for Jack Black Bowser. We might have to pick up the pace a little bit too, because we're at an hour behind.
Gotcha.
Alan, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug, love the Nightmare Before Christmas review. I love stop motion. What's your thoughts on Corpse Bride, and will you review it?
Maybe someday. It's all right. I think the story needed one more go through, but I like it okay.
Psychotic Yoshi, thank you for the 50 bits. Which shot-for-shot remake do you think is worse? The Lion King 2019 or Psycho 1998?
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be another Disney one. Fuck. I guess Psycho, because Disney at least has the technology. That was kind of interesting.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, what are your thoughts on the story of Halloween Kills, where townspeople are taking an active role on taking down Michael? Do you think this will be a trend for other slasher movies like Freddy and Jason?
Oh, I don't. Slasher movies don't pull me in that much, so even that, I'm not like, ooh, or anything like that. So we'll see, though. It could be really good.
General Kenobi, thank you for the 50 bits. How is your dad doing, Doug? The last review I saw him in, it was the Barney review. I don't recall any after that he was in.
Wasn't he in, like, the It Chapter 2?
Yeah.
He's been in 1 or 2, yeah. He's even got a fast little picture cameo in the upcoming one. So, yeah, you'll see him again.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your favorite... Oh, sorry, I'm going to try to read this again. What's your favorite LGBTQ characters that have been played by straight actors? Mine is Cam Tucker from Modern Family, Aaron Walking Dead, Lafayette True Blood, and Tara Walking Dead. I do not know if I have an answer to that, honestly.
Who's the actress that plays Garnet on Steven Universe?
Oh, I have no idea.
Well, what's her? She's a singer too. I
have no idea.
Garnet voice. I guess her, because she's technically, you know, kind of playing too. Estelle, that's her name. I don't know if she's gay, though. I have no idea. I guess I'll go with that, and, you know, hope that's the right answer.
Hi, Noah, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Are you a big fan of Wes Anderson's animated movies, Fantastic Mr. Fox and Isle of Dogs?
I have not seen them. Everyone
Neither
says
have
they're
I.
great. I have to see them. I do. I'm sorry. I got a lot of stuff I gotta see.
Alan, thank you for the 100 bits. How excited are y'all to be doing conventions again? I bet it's a feeling you'll never take for granted again.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've always enjoyed them. Honestly, it's going to sound weird. I'm looking forward to just getting different pictures on my wall because I haven't been to a convention to get new ones. So, and of course, see the people, obviously. But the pictures, that's number one.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Did you like The Many Saints of Newark?
I haven't seen it yet. Sorry.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 150 bits. If you get the chance to meet with the creators/crew of Batman, the animated series, would you ask them if they have time to do like a one-on-one interview with the NC, just like you did with the X-Men?
Well, Tom Ruger is one of the producers and writers and stuff. So, and Walter, I think actually, I forget. I think he got in contact with one or two or something like that. So I think maybe next Bat May he might have one or two people in there. But yeah, I think it's more his territory now because he's just analyzing all of those. I think he's the guy to go to.
Sorry, I was responding to someone in chat. Hewer Fanelon, thank you for the 500 bits. Besides money, how can I convince you to come to Chile? Also, would you play Dead Space?
We'll see. And yeah, just request him to, have me out and invite me. That's usually how we do the conventions.
Favor of Films, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, ever since the Nick Cage as the mask mindfuck, I had to put this in your brain, which is ironic considering what could have been Nick Cage as Zod. Neil.
Neil! Yeah, I love that. Well, that was pretty good, Heather.
Godzilla fan, thank you for the 420 bits. So excited about November 3rd since it's Godzilla Day.
Didn't even know he got a day. Good for him.
That's great. I Noah, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Will you ever review the Norm Macdonald film Screwed?
Screwed? I haven't even heard of it. I'll look it up.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, you've done a lot of Stamps.com ads over the years. How long until you kidnap a dude and surgically alter his body to resemble a stamp?
Well, spoiler for the next one.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. Hotel Transylvania 4 Transformania will be on Amazon Prime on January 14th next year. I remember you said you didn't think the first trailer looked that funny, but the second trailer actually had some pretty good laughs. There was one involving an oxygen mask that really made me laugh. Gendy I can never say his name. Tartakovsky himself said, even though he's not directing this one, he doesn't think it could be any better in any better hands. Are you at least somewhat optimistic?
I was until I heard it's streaming on Amazon in January. That doesn't sound good. But I'm still optimistic. I think it's a good idea. I like them turning human and the others turning monsters. I think that's cool.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on Animal House?
I never got into it, and maybe I got into it too late, where I saw too many of the clones. But it just didn't make me laugh that hard. I'm one of the weirdos that never got into that one.
Bernsey, thank you for the 50 bits. How excited are either of you in seeing Peter Dinklage as Serrano, or is that Cyrano?
I always forget it. Every time I see it, I'm like, how do you say it again? That's a cool idea. I don't know about it being a musical. I was digging it until they start singing. I usually love musicals, but I'm just like, something about this looks really bizarre. But I'm open to it. I think that's kind of a cool twist on the idea.
LPB the actor, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I hope you travel safely to, TMG. I forget what's already called. I'm sorry. To your con this weekend. Too many games. Thank you. Anyway, here's my question for you. Whether or not you review The Terror with Boris Karloff and Jack Nicholson and or Killer Clowns from Outer Space for Nostalgiaween, would you review Dirty Work to honor the legacy of Norm Macdonald?
I'll try to watch it again, because again, I watched that at a time when I didn't really get his humor and I didn't like him, and now I love the shit out of him. Like, years later, I'm like, I found out more about troll humor and like his delivery is so good and everything. So I will at least watch it again. I don't know if there'll be a review of it though.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. How would you rank the 4 Disney Plus MCU shows from best to worst?
What the hell? Okay, I like Loki the most.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Winter Soldier. What were the other two?
WandaVision and What If.
Oh, What If? I haven't seen What If, so I guess I'll be at the bottom, and WandaVision will be third.
Yeah, and I would say that I like Loki, but then WandaVision, then Falcon and Winter Soldier, and What If. Adam Grunther, sorry. Thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on the main character's father in Shang-Chi?
Oh, he's the best character, hands down. I thought he was acted great. I thought he was interesting. It's another one of those where you're kind of going, why is this guy even the villain? And then you're like, oh, okay, now I put it together. But I like when you're so sympathetic, or he's winning you over so much, you're like, oh shit, like, was I siding with him for a minute? Kind of thing.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. You mentioned last week that you watched Nocturnal Animals, Doug, and I'm glad you liked it fine. May I ask you what you liked about and what you didn't like about Nocturnal Animals?
God, I had to remind myself which one that is again. Go ahead and go to the next one. I'll look this one up.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Totally not suspicious question for Doug. When you tug on a particular picture on your wall, does it open up a secret passage to a secret room containing a portal to a several dimensions? You can tell me. Mum's the word.
Well, I guess now I'll have to change it. Maybe when I lift up this water bottle, I'll do it. Actually, shit, have I seen this movie? Maybe I have. I think I confused this for a different movie. Okay, I will try to see this movie.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Bond girl name is more ridiculous? Holly Goodhead in Moonraker or Pussy Galore in Goldfinger?
Oh, it's still Christmas Jones. That's still gonna be it for me.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey Doug, I recently rewatched Quantum of Solace and I was shocked at how much I liked it. It felt like a lean, mean 70s action throwback. There's a scene at an opera house on YouTube that I think you should check out. The editing and sound mixing is nuts in a good way.
Honestly, I don't remember hating it. I just remember not being that into it.
Right. And that's even... Sorry, go ahead.
It does have one of my favorite James Bond scenes. I love it when he gets off a plane. He's about to start his mission. This woman pulls up in a car, opens the door, says, "Get in!" And he just goes, "All right." That's it. I just love the way he didn't question it. He's like, "All right."
My thing with it is kind of boring. And like a James Bond movie can be a lot of things, but boring should never be one of them. It could be ridiculous, it can be funny, it can be campy, but boring, Absol, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome on in, everybody. Thank you so much. Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you think Animal Farm would work with CGI live-action hybrid? I think it would work since when I had plans to make an Animal Farm movie, I was going to use CGI live-action hybrid to make that movie.
They did on TNT, they tried it. It was a little awkwardly done, but yeah, there's never been a great adaptation of that play. It's tricky to do. I can't act like it's easy. Go for it. Maybe you'll be the one that makes the great one.
Fish, thank you for the 50 bits. So, Doug, what are your thoughts on Her Majesty's Secret Service? You'll understand why I'm asking after you watch the new one.
Oh, okay. That's another one that blends together. I don't remember which one that is. I'm sorry. Again,
I don't know.
I like James Bond. I don't love it, so I don't have the best memory for them.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you find it weird in Nightmare Before Christmas how easily Santa is kidnapped? Like you can travel the entire world in a night, but you can't overpower 3 kids? You're just asking to be kidnapped and nearly murdered by a sack of bugs, if that's the case.
Yeah, but to be fair, it is lock, stock, barrel, though. I mean, those aren't just little kids. Those are those are Boogie's boys.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Will you ever review another U-Bowl movie? If so, I'd say Postal would be a good idea. That film is the lowest of lows.
Maybe. I don't get into that kind of bad. Like, that bad is just kind of dull to me. So I did too, and it's like, okay, there you go, because people want it, but I'm not that interested in them.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug, I loved your Courage the Cowardly Dog month of Dark Toons. Have you ever thought about doing something like that, but with Invader Zim?
Maybe, because what I've seen is very, very funny. Yeah, it might be a fun idea.
Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. The Kingdom Hearts 2 title screen menu helps me sleep. The songs are so awesome. Do you have a favorite song from the series?
Oh, geez. Maybe because I heard it the most when I was fighting, I guess I can't say, the really hard boss in Kingdom Hearts 2, because it's technically a spoiler. I think I just heard that music so much, and it was beautiful music, but I kept losing over and over, so I guess I have mixed feelings about it.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Sure, you heard there's a trailer for Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. If it was a real place minus the zombies, would you visit it?
You know, I haven't played much of those games. Maybe that's what we'll do for the next game. We'll see.
Psychotic Yoshi, thank you for the 50 bits. What do you think of the original 1974 Black Christmas? It has the scariest killer in any slasher movie ever, in my opinion.
I agree. I only saw that maybe, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago for the first time, and I was like, how did I miss this? This is a fucking brilliant movie. Like, it still holds up. It's creepy. It makes me uncomfortable watching it. Yeah, I love the hell out of it.
LePew, thank you for the 50 bits. Will we get more in-depth about Santa Christ's origins? Maybe something on the childhood and teenage years?
We did do an Origin of Santa Christ video. I don't know. I forget if we posted it online. I think we did at some point. Yeah, if you type it in, you'll find it. Rob wrote it, and it's very funny.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Now that you've gone through all the Disney worlds in the Kingdom Hearts series, what's your overall favorite and least favorite worlds in Kingdom Hearts trilogy?
Still the Tarzan one. That was so boring. A favorite? I guess Halloween Town. Yeah, I like those.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. Fun story I recently read. Andrew Lloyd Webber hated the Cats movie so much he actually bought a dog. Basically as a way of coping with the movie being, in his words, off the scale, all wrong. I actually was telling Doug that right before stream.
This come out.
Yes.
Yeah, because Heather was literally just telling me that.
It was an article in Variety a little while ago. So there's also another story too. You should just go read the article because it's wild. Andrew Lloyd Webber is a trip, and this whole article is a trip. I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. I know that you'll review Black Christmas 2019 with the Cinema Snob, but will you review either Surviving Christmas with Ben Affleck or Shazam, which you could technically consider a Christmas movie?
Shazam might be fun. I never have seen Surviving Christmas. I think I have it on the list. It's a toss-up between that and Reindeer Games for the bad Affleck Christmas movie.
Jockscap, thank you for the 50 bits. My favorite part of the Smash reveal is Mario and Sora surrounded by the rest of the roster shaking hands. That shot makes me feel emotions and stuff, man.
Yeah, no, they know what they were doing. They were like, we want you to get the feels watching this.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. If you could bring back one late SNL actor, who would you choose?
Jesus. I just read his autobiography. So maybe Gilda Radner. I was reading Gene Wilder's autobiography, and he was talking about her. It sounded like she had a kind of rough. I mean, a lot of them have rough lives, but I don't know. I guess that's one that comes to my head for some reason.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, Heather, do any of you guys know if there exists a war movie that contains horror elements? Something like Saving Private Ryan, but with the unsettling essence of Hereditary. Does such a thing exist? I'm curious. I'm sure it does. I just couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Yeah, me too. I don't think Dead Snow counts. Or Red Snow, I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, I'm not sure. Look it up. I'm sure there's one out there.
LPB the Actor, thank you for the 100 bits. I also want to point out that if you've ever played or plan on playing the video game sequel to Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge for the PS2, Chris Sarandon provided both the speaking and singing voice for Jack Skellington, and if you're wondering, I met him a couple of years ago at Alabama Comic-Con.
Oh, cool. Yeah, actually, I hosted a panel with him. He was very, very nice. And that might be fun to do for Disney December, because a lot of people have brought that up. Yeah, that might be fun.
Eastern 57, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. High five, Heather, you're killing it. Take a breather, hydrate, posture check, punch the air. Thank you, I will take a sip of water. TDI Charlie Brown, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, loved the intro to this year's Halloween, or Nostalgiaween, as it's from my favorite Donald Duck cartoon. By the way, is Trick or Treat getting the Dark Toons treatment?
I'm going to see if I can. I really want to, because I just watched it last night, and yeah, there's a lot you can talk about.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. The middle of the second season of the Lemony Snicket Show is where it breaks the formula. If you have time, I recommend that you finish it. I don't want to read the rest of it because there's a spoiler.
All right. Maybe I will. That makes me a little interested.
And it's 3 seasons. I forgot. Someone told me it is 3 seasons. It's all 13 books. Mumrar, thank you for the 50 bits. Spoiler alert. It's another Venom 2 spoiler question. I'm trying to figure out how to ask it. Do you think the MCU is going to bring in the X-Men?
I really hope they do, because I want to see what they do with it. I think it'd be a great live action show. But if they want to do movies, that's fine. I think it worked better as a show.
TDI Charlie Brown, thank you for the 100 bits. Are there going to be any other Dark Toons coming up for the month of Halloween?
I'm going to try and do the Trick or Treat one. I'm sorry I don't have more. It's because of the cons and the movies and Disney December and stuff, so it's surprisingly tricky.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, since C2E2 is in December, is that a little odd? Because the con is usually in the spring, because Chicago weather in December is bitter cold. So now will it be out every winter? No, this is just a special coronavirus thing. That it was originally scheduled and they rescheduled and rescheduled, so it's not going to be in the winter. It's going to be in the spring normally. They just scheduled it for December because of Corona.
Okay, so they're not going to keep it there. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that.
No.
Yeah, I was. I'm very curious to see how that goes.
At least with the McCormick place, though, there's more indoor ways to walk around. Like, you could leave your coat in the car. The Donnelly Stevenson Convention Center does not have that always.
Yeah.
TDI Charlie Brown, thank you so much for the 5-month subscription. Also, 5 months, baby. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Letter Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. Forgot where I last came across your listing of the upcoming cons you'll be at, but is there a con appearance for the weekend of October 22nd? If not, just might have to wait until next Connect-a-Con to push super extra hard for you guys to be there, but I will definitely set aside vacation time next year for that.
No, I do not have one the weekend of the 22nd.
Jocks Cab, thank you for the 50 bits. Fun fact, Capcom developed a sequel game to Nightmare Before Christmas called Oogie Boogie's Revenge. It's a basically baby's first Devil May Cry with musical boss fights. They even sing for Jack, and he's pretty great at it.
I'll look it up. I've got enough requests. I might do that for Disney December.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. I know something Doug would enjoy. It's called Crossed. Made by the guy who made The Boys and Preacher. It's like Walking Dead on cracked. What I mean, it makes Walking Dead look like Adventure Time. So it's about a mysterious virus that turns its victims into something like a cross between PewDiePie fans and Maximilian Musk followers. Not my bag, but you will enjoy it. Plus, Alan Moore wrote the closing volumes.
Never even heard of it. Okay, try to check it out.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 50 bits. Will you do another collab with Andre the Black Nerd for the new TMNT movie?
Oh, yeah, that's right. There is another one coming out. I don't know. We'll have to see if the movie gives us any material as well.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Despite Wonder Woman 84's problems, do you prefer it over Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
I do. Because it's at least kind of campy, so.
Yeah, it's fun. I had a good time with it.
WWE, thank you for the 50 bits. Would you ever review any Jackie Chan films? For example, Spy Next Door, Rush Hour Trilogy, Around the World in 80 Days, etc.?
Maybe Around the World for Disney December. There are a whole bunch of movies I was going to review at the end of the year, and then Disney pushed them back, so I'm like, fuck! So I'm kind of scrambling for other movies to throw in there.
Your Average Joe, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey all, happy Thursday. Last night I watched Unfriended. It was really and was really happy with it. I remember you saw it, but I'd really recommend it to the rest of the chat. It really takes advantage of its format and has a satisfying dark story.
You know, I think so too, and the sequel's really great as well. A lot of people don't like that movie though, so I'll just say it's not for everyone. I really enjoyed it, but yeah, everyone's different.
King of Autumn, thank you for the 50 bits. I doubt this will happen, but I have a theory for this year's Twilight-tober Zone. With the disappearance of Malcolm and now the murder of Rob, the rest of October is the demo reel cast getting revenge, and by the 27th, Donnie Dupree is running the show.
Well, let me tell you, even I'm not sure, because I still have to shoot some scenes.
Same, I haven't read all the scripts. Big Jack Films, thank you for the 50 bits. If you ever get a chance to cover Furry Vengeance starring Brendan Fraser, I'd recommend listening to the Opie and Anthony Show's discussion on the film with Jim Norton and the late Patrice O'Neill. Both were in the film and hated making it, and the end of the broadcast had me in stitches with Patrice's teapot wheezing laughter.
Okay, no, I honestly kind of want to just hear them talk about the movie. That sounds fun.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Has Kat Dennings improved for you at all after WandaVision? Or what if, or do you still find her insufferable?
Kat Dennings is like a fine wine that goes off. She does not get better with age. No, and I really want her to, because I hate being mean to a comedian, because, you know, they have to try different things and try to, you know, just do different things at work. She just doesn't do it for me, man. But if she's getting work, there's clearly an audience for her. Great. Just not for me.
WWE, thank you for the 50 bits. Not sure if it would be a Nostalgiaween or a Christmas review, but would you review Gremlins? And have you seen the Gremlins Mountain Dew commercials?
Yeah, those are okay. I was thinking about maybe doing Gremlins I think I got the Christmas movies picked this year, but I might. I think that'd be a good one to do.
Fish, thank you for the 50 bits. Fun fact about the live-action Scooby-Doo. According to Gunn, the intended rating was actually PG-13, but it got an R just because of one joke that the MPAA misinterpreted, and I really want to know what that joke was.
With which one? Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, Scooby-Doo.
Oh, the original? Yeah, me too. Well, that was my thought too. I'm like, how does it get an R? No studio would back that. So I think it must have been like some sort of, yeah, like they were being too harsh on something.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Bond villain do you prefer? Mads Mikkelsen in Casino Royale or Javier Bardem in Skyfall?
I think
Maybe Bardem. I don't know.
yeah, he's just always really good.
Yeah. Cameron, thank you for the 80 bits. Have you guys ever thought about having a convention in Ohio? Again, request us. That's how we go to these things.
Yeah, I've done one or two there, and I liked it. So yeah, just have them request us.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather, are you taking requests for scary games to play? Because I recommend Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem for the GameCube. Concrete proof that when Nintendo tackles a genre, they seamlessly set the bar. I think we're pretty set for October, but thank you for the recommendation. I will have to figure out where to play GameCube games that legally, not on illegal emulators. Mm-hmm. Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Since you're going to watch No Time to Die, I have to say this. Keep an eye on the watch. You know when you see it.
Hey.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. The only reason I ask about the Snicket Show is that the third season has a bunch of extremely Doug Robb jokes. Lots of them involving the kids on the run in order to avoid being executed by the police for Count Olaf's crimes. Played for laughs.
All right. I'll give it another chance. Knowing that there's a twist halfway through too does make me interested.
WWE, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you or will you ever review The Great Pumpkin or Garfield's Halloween? If you do, maybe for Garfield's Halloween, Chaplin, Buster, and Lloyd are in it?
That might be fun. Yeah, I mean, one is a lot better than the other. Yeah, I think those, it might be a copyright thing though too. Like I feel like they would just jump on us really fast for reviewing those. So we'll have to see. Maybe down the line.
Psychotic Yoshi, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen the show Everybody Loves Raymond? If you have, what do you think of it?
It's very, very, very good. I hate it. I cannot stand those people. They just annoy the shit out of me. I'm like, move on. I'm sick of hearing about this damn wooden spoon or whatever they get angry about. But I know there's families like that. Sometimes I'm in a family like that. So it's very clever. It's very well done. It drives me insane.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. All the No Time to Die news makes me think of when WB cut out the entire third act of The Golden Compass because it involved Daniel Craig's character straight up murdering a kid on screen. A family picture.
Yeah, here's a lot of changes they made to that movie from the book.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Question for the both of you. What's your favorite line from a Simpsons Treehouse of Horror short? Mine comes from Mr. Burns. Damn it, Smithers. This isn't rocket science, it's brain surgery.
That is good. Oh man. For some reason when I think of those, the first thing that pops in my head is Homer's hand being in the toaster and he gets it off. Dad, it's in there again. And he tries to get rid of it. I don't know why. I was with a group of friends. I had a Halloween party. All my friends were there and we were just howling at that. So that pops in my head.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. I can recommend Aladdin Narcissa's Revenge for a stream game. It's an underrated gem that's in canon between Jafar Return and King of Thiery. Maybe Thieves is what they meant. I don't know. The Aladdin movie. And Jodie Benson is the voice of Jafar's sister. Why would I see her in a Descendants movie?
Huh, interesting. Sounds interesting. I'll look into it.
Psychotic Yoshi, thank you for the 50 bits. You've talked about how good the first two Godfather films are, but what are your thoughts on the third film, which is considered the weakest of the trilogy, and will you review it for a future NC?
It is the weakest of the trilogy, very clearly, but I don't think it's quite bad enough to do a review of. I think I did talk about in the worst sequels video, though, top 11 worst sequels.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Speaking of Robin Hood, have you ever seen Robin Hood Men in Tights? Also, would you ever give the amazing world of Gumball another chance?
Yeah, at some point I'll give it another chance. I loved Men in Tights. That sounds funny. I loved Men in Tights growing up. But I loved Robin Hood Men in Tights when I was growing up. I don't know if it's that great now, but I still have a nostalgic appreciation for it. I can't help it. I feel like I took a lot of the facial expressions from Carrie Elways in that movie.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you think you would ever do a top 11 Doom Patrol episodes video to bring more attention to the show?
I mean, I got third season. I hear people talk about it all the time. I think it's doing okay. So, probably not. I'll wait for the show to finish too before I do that.
Pat and Soa, thank you for that 5-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate it. King of Autumn, thank you for the 50 bits. Have either of you checked out Mike Flanagan's new Netflix show, Midnight Mass?
I just started it. It's slow. It's very, very slow. So I've only gotten one episode in, and I'm looking to finish the others. But yeah, I'm not sure when I'll have time because, again, I got a lot coming up.
Ask Tamara about it. Tamara is obsessed.
Loves it. Yeah.
Jocks Cab, thank you for the 50 bits. Top 11 animal actors?
I've thought about that. Yeah, maybe, because there actually are weirdly some very good animal actors in movies.
TDI Charlie Brown, thank you for the 100 bits. Top 11 Looney Tune shorts?
I've thought about that too. Yeah, we'll see.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. The original voice actor for Mario, Charles Martinet, is going to be at Too Many Games as well.
Oh yeah, I met him before. He's a really nice guy. He's really, really cool.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which weird-themed supervillain do you find more entertaining? Bill Cipher or Mr. Nobody?
Why am I blank? Oh, Mr. Yeah, duh. I guess Mr. Nobody. Nobody. I like how he breaks the fourth wall and doesn't kind of give a shit.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Do you guys know what you're dressing up as for Halloween this year? I'm dressing up as Prince Adam, aka the Beast from the original film.
Oh, cool. I don't know yet. I will say this, ever since I shaved my head, there's weirdly a lot more options that are open. I'm just like, oh, I can do that, I can do that. There's weirdly like a lot of characters you can easily dress up as when you have a shaved head.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the 50 bits. I think I know which 80s dino doc you're talking about, Doug. It's called Dinosaur, which was a TV special with expanded stop-motion scenes by Phil Tippett from his short film Prehistoric Beasts, and was hosted by Christopher Reeve.
Nope, but that sounds interesting.
Tommy the Game Master, thank you for the 50 bits. Are you coming back to Colorado Springs? I want to see if I can freak you out by grabbing a photo and saying, I'll take one.
I mean, it's not planned, but yeah, if you want to see us back again, just have them request us.
Min This Moment, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi Doug, hi Heather, I'm super excited to attend Too Many Games this weekend. My birthday is the 10th. Perfect. Who is all going to be there among the Channel Awesome crew? Keep up the great work.
Just me and Brad. But we're enough. Heather, we love you. We'll miss you.
3EI, thank you for the 100 bits. I saw last week someone recommended Bedazzled, and it's not bad. It has a cringe moments, but it has some merit. It was written and directed by Harold Ramis, after all. However, I highly recommend you check out the original 1967 version. Or variant? I don't know.
Yeah, I hear the original is better. I haven't seen either. I should at least see the original.
CM Sully, thank you for the 100 bits. Do either of you remember a show that premiered on Animal Planet where the premise was they managed to build a time machine and use it to save prehistoric animals and study them on this remote island? I forget the name of it, but maybe it could be a subject for Was That Real?
Boy, yeah, I never even heard of it. I'll look into it. I feel like there's not many shows with that setup.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Is the Stephen King review going to be The Running Man or The Lawnmower Man?
I'm not going to give away what it is.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Question about Jim. What does he look like when he gets scared? Or does he get scared at all?
Jim, as in J-Roz, he never gets scared.
No, he has two modes. It's either working hard or sighing at all of us and our stupidity.
Yes.
Alex Loves Musicals, thank you for the 100 bits. Vera Farmiga played Norma Bates in Bates Motel. What's your favorite Leica animated movie? Mine has got to be Paranorman. It's so good.
I think Paranorman has the better story. Coraline has the better characters. So I do like Paranorman a little more, but man, it's like neck and neck with Coraline.
Adam Grunter, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you think you will review the good X-Men movies like First Class, Days of Future Past, Logan, and the first Deadpool?
Logan might be interesting to talk about. All the others, I think, I don't know. There's just too many of them now. We'll see.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which James Gandolfini character do you like more, Tony Soprano or Carol from Where the Wild Things Are?
I mean, Where the Wild Things Are is one of my favorite movies, so I guess I have to say Carol.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Last question for me. What did you think of the Lego movie? I watched it a few days ago and I definitely thought it was good, but I think it's a little overrated.
Oh, I love it. I'm one of those people that just loves the shit out of that movie. I think it's so clever. I love the setup. I love that people are angry it didn't get nominated for Best Picture. I don't know. That's a great world to be in when people are angry about that.
For sure. Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Hear me out, Doug. Nick Cage as Judge Doom.
This man removing evidence from a scene of a crime. Well, I killed your brother. I talked just like this. And I don't need no animation. I can just make my eyes pop out.
Cameron, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you heard of a comic called Zoophobia? It's from the creator of Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss. I love the art style. There's also a short called Bad Luck Jack.
I think someone before. Oh, maybe not. Okay. No, I have not heard of this. Looks cool. I'll try to check it out.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Last week, for no particular reason, I was thinking about Whitey from Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights. His voice is so ridiculous and disgusting, it cracks me up. My dear Douglas, can you give us your best impression for little old me?
I mean, it's just Adam Sandler going. There you go.
Bernsey, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, did you ever check out the movie I suggested, The Cottage? Mr. Motion Capture himself, Andy Serkis, plays one of 2 brothers who kidnapped a daughter of the head of a British crime family. They all end up at a cottage with a serial killing farmer. I thought it was a wacky horror comedy.
Yeah. Whoa. This looks surreal. Yeah, I think I gotta check this out. This looks fun.
Mumrar, thank you for the 50 bits. Speaking of too many games, any chance you have the pool to get Cinemassacre crew to show up to C2E2?
I mean, I just let them. They pick their cons usually pretty close by, I think. So probably C2E2 also doesn't do many internet people. I mean, I'm there with a booth. Oh, well, we're there with a booth, because we purchase a booth. But yeah, I think once they had Cinema Sins, and I haven't seen too many other internet people, unless that's changed. So I don't know.
Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, do you have any tattoos?
One. And I love saying that because that's literally what it is. It's the word one on my back. And it's a little pretentious, but I like it because it sort of tells me like we're all one people. There's one reality, but different points of views, different ways of seeing each other. There's always going to be one of something, even if there's nothing. It's very pretentious, but I like it. Especially when I get angry at people, I kind of look at it. I'm like, okay, we're all one species on this rock, kind of thing. It weirdly calms me down.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 250 bits. Doug and Heather, do you have a favorite manga series? I'm currently reading Nausicaa. My favorites are Full Metal Alchemist, Sailor Moon, most of the Clamp works, etc.
I don't read many manga,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I love Nausicaa. I really loved Akira too, like the manga for Akira. I read at just an important point of my life where I was like, yeah, this manga stuff is great! So that always holds a special place in my heart as well. Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Sure, you heard that Agatha Harkness has got her own spin-off show. Pretty sure the theme song have a line like, it's Agatha's spin-off.
Yeah, okay. I like that actress. I'm curious to see what they do with that.
I love her. I'm ready for it. MNS Prime, thank you for the 100 bits. The moment of Sora and Mario shaking hands is ironically meta because during a small pitch meeting in an elevator years ago, they discussed how they want to make a game similar to Mario 64. After 20 years, it all comes full circle.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Flutter Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. Out of all the 10 Disney Renaissance movies, Little Mermaid, Rescuers Down Under, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, Pocahontas, Hunchback,
name them all. Okay.
Hercules, Mulan, and Tarzan, you can only keep 3. Which ones do you pick? Good luck.
Hunchback, I guess Aladdin. I'll say Little Mermaid, sure. I like the music of that too much.
See, I would keep Beauty and the Beast, Lion King.
Oh, wait, I forgot Beauty and the Beast. God damn it. Okay, let's do this again. Hunchback, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin. There we go.
Burnsy, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, obviously one day it will come out, and when it does, will you watch the movie Agatha Christie's 10 Diminutive Indigenous Persons?
Sure. I don't even know what any of that is.
I think they're making a joke on 10 little Indian, and they're just, yeah, never mind. Yes. Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 50 bits. Nocturnal Animals is still on Netflix, Doug, if you haven't watched it yet.
Okay, I might be confusing it for something else. I'll take a fast look. Like I said, I think my brain's backwards today.
Burnsy, thank you for the 50 bits. Oh my god, you killed Malcolm, you bastards!
I mean, yeah.
I'm surprised you all haven't noticed before now, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mavrar, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen the front and back artwork for the new Street Fighter Blu-ray Steelbook that comes out this December? The front has Van Damme with photoshopped hair to look more like Guile, and on the back has Raul Julia riding a horse like the famous Napoleon painting. Of course, the art is glorious, and is one of the best and funniest steelbooks I've seen.
Well, that is in the movie, the picture of him on the horse. I gotta see Van Damme with the fake hair, though. That sounds great.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen Kat Dennings in Two Broke Girls? I was hoping for that reference in WandaVision.
Yeah, still didn't do it for me, sorry.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Think the joke Fred in Daphne's body was the R in Scooby-Doo live-action movie. Just my theory.
Oh, could be, yeah.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. So the Stephen King musical opened right next door to the Sondheim revival. We have clients in both, and I was worried there'd be tension, but it turns out misery loves company. One of BoJack Horseman's cleverest jokes.
Okay, yeah, I that's good. I forgot about that. That's really
funny.
Yeah,
me too. Psychotic Yoshi, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on Francis Ford Coppola's The Conversation? It was released in between Godfather Part 1 and 2, and I think it's an underrated great film of his.
I have not seen it. I hear the same thing. I hear it's great. I should check it out.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What is your favorite dystopian world in a show or movie? For me, it's the world ruled by Ned Flanders in Treehouse of Horrors. It's not for long, but the fact that someone as nice as Flanders is an evil dictator is hilarious. It's also probably Homer's worst nightmare, and that just makes it even more funny.
I like anything that's kind of Mad Max-ish with, like, the desert, but there's crazy shit everywhere. So, like, maybe that and Bad Batch. Not the Star Wars one, the Jim Carrey one. And maybe that Darkwing Duck dystopia where he takes over. I thought that was pretty funny.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Also, I'm almost finished watching Cowboy Bebop for the first time on session 21. Then I'm planning to watch the movie afterwards. Are there any sessions that are not as good as the others? The one I think now is The Animal Terrorist in episode 4. Thank goodness session 5 followed it because it's one of my favorite episodes.
I mean, I love them all. I mean, if one's not good, it's just underwhelming, but I would never say it's bad.
For sure. Flutter Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. Last bits in the night. Speaking of the 8 Crazy Nights, as god-awful as that movie is, one of the parts that still rings true for me, at least, is that the mall is a really great great environment for taking your mind off of pesky stressors. My local mall is like another home to me, and I even go to the nearby Barnes & Noble whenever I want to get some productive writing done.
Yeah, and funny story, the director reached out to me and said he really liked the review, and we talked a bit, and he actually shared some animation stories, like who's a dick and who's really nice. Adam Sandler's very nice, by the way. And he was a really sweet guy.
Uncharted Hearts, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen or heard of the series on Netflix called Troll Hunters Tales from Arcadia? And would you ever do some sort of video on it?
I don't think I'll have time. I have heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Kermit Wazowski, thank you for the 50 bits. I remember you've mentioned being technically allergic to cats before. How did you live with 2 cats with an allergy? Asking as someone who loves animals but is allergic to many of them.
I take a Zyrtec every day.
Every day, huh?
Every day. Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, I think I have allergies to like other things too, like air conditioning or something outside. So it just helps me in general.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. I saw Black Widow. In my opinion, it's better than James Bond, mostly because it's a spy action movie rather than the MCU superheroes, and to be fair, I love all that is MCU.
I thought it was all right. I enjoyed it.
I mean, honestly, I think the better spy film in the MCU is Winter Soldier, but...
Oh, that is a show. Thank you.
Well, no, sorry, not Winter Soldier.
The
Captain America.
Yeah.
Yes, Captain America. So, wow, we caught up with all the bit messages. I didn't think we.
This is what happens when you don't have Rob saying garbage all the time.
So we can look at some of these highlighted messages, which is great. We have so much time for activities. Wave flow. Tenko, this is going back to the Malcolm thing, says, that's why he leaves every time for stream. He crawls out of where they buried him, cleans himself up before stream starts. Wow, I get morbid when I'm feeling sick, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, he's a cleanup guy. He literally cleans them up before. Cleans up all the dirt and everything else.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Also, I gotta say, Doug, my favorite Bebop member is Edward and Faye. I see myself in both of them.
Yeah, I mean, all those characters are great, but I like the characters that are just in their own world. I really like the cat from Red Dwarf, too. I just like characters like that.
Psychotic Yoshi, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on director Noah Baumbach? And what's your favorite film of his?
I look him up. Noah Baumbach?
Baumbach.
There he is. Let's see, what's this guy doing? Oh, he's got to do like Marriage Story and The Squid and the Whale. Okay. You know, it's funny. He makes good movies. They feel like better vehicles for like actors to be really phenomenally good. Like that, I can never say it, the Meyerowitz stories. Like movie's okay, but Christ, the acting in that is so good from Sandler and Stiller. And same thing with Marriage Story. Like that's a good movie. But the acting just steals the show. So it's interesting. But a lot of that does come from the director, doesn't it? So, yeah, I think he does good stuff.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Have you caught up with Toucan Birdie yet, Doug?
No, I forgot it was even playing. I forget what it's on. Is it on Cartoon Network? Is that what it's on now?
I'm not even sure.
So I will try to look it up. Again, I have a ton of things to watch, though.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Is Jim the Q to your James Bond? Yeah, he makes all of our gadgets.
Yeah, and he usually rolls his eyes when I make a dumb joke about it.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't know about you guys, but I'd be open to a new Alvin and the Chipmunk show, but with the songwriters of Phineas and Ferb. Those guys are perpetual song machines, and also literally anything would be way better than those 3D chipmunk monstrosities, the movies or the 2010 Nicktoon cartoon, either one.
Yeah, actually, that'd be fun. I was so impressed how memorable those songs were from Phineas and Ferb. I couldn't believe how good they were.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Out of the 3 shows that you'll review for Disney-cember, which one do you think is the best?
I think it's 5 shows. I mean, I'm trying to remember the ones I reviewed. Probably Clone Wars. That was really, really good.
MNS Prime, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't know if you heard, but Square Enix is releasing a real-life chess set from Kingdom Hearts that is merely just decorative, and costs over $700.
Oh, I'll get that. No, I won't. This is enough for merchandise. This was only 800.
Psychotic Yoshi, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen the Greta Gerwig adaptation of Little Women? And if so, what are your thoughts?
That was the newest one, right?
I think so.
Did I? I'm trying to think. Yes. And I liked it. I really liked it.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the 50 bits. Last bits for the night. I'll be seeing Dante Bosco at Fan Expo in a few weeks in my Captain Hook cosplay. I'll tell him you said hi. Thanks for reaching out on Facebook, Doug.
Oh, awesome. Tell him I said hi.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Last bits from me. So remember, there's a warm hug coming your way. Have fun at the con, Doug.
Will do. Thank you.
Oliver Dreamwalker says, Doug, did you know the final world from Kingdom Hearts 3 is inspired by a real place called the Uyuni Salt Flats?
No, I did not. I know now.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Lord R. Wolfen says, after thinking about games that Doug could play, I think the most perfect one is Final Fantasy VII Remake, since it doesn't have the turn-based combat the original has. Also, does Doug know about the famous scene from the original? And if not, no one spoil it for his sake.
The only thing I know about Final Fantasy in terms of like a scene, like an image. Well, one is the laugh, ha ha. I know that. But then is him, is some dude holding a woman like in a pond. I remember that image. I don't know anything else about it.
So you kind of know the spoiler, but also kind of have no idea. Interesting.
Okay, yeah.
Matt Gamer says, as you know, this is your favorite quote, Doug. Just having fun. Hi, Doug. Hi, Heather.
As you know, thank you.
Carrie says, in all caps, so I'm gonna shout it. What did you eat today?
I don't even remember now. I'm too scared.
Sorry, it really got me that it was in all caps. Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. In extension to my war/horror movie question, are any of you guys aware of a sports horror movie? Something like A League of Their Own fused with something like The Babadook. You know what? I'm sure there's an anime for that. I don't know what it would be off the top of my head, but a horror sports anime sounds just anime enough to exist.
I mean, again, I feel like there has to be, but just I can't think of them top of my head.
Mm-hmm. Bernsey, thank you for the 50 bits. Michael Keaton in Gung Ho. It co-stars George Wendt. I think it's Wacky Early's comedy fun. Review possibility?
I don't think anyone would watch that review of it. I remember seeing it years ago when I was a teen. I remember liking it.
Bernsey says, you might think you had a good stream, but I'm eating chicken noodle soup.
Well, fuck. Fuck.
CM Sully says, have you heard about the insane price tag Square Enix put on the Kingdom Hearts chess set? Yes.
Is it $700?
It is. It is $700. Wow. Bernsey, thank you for the 50 bits. Goal of the Dead, horror comedy, soccer zombies.
Oh,
that actually sounds really interesting. Amadeus Zelda says, in the Monkey Bone review, Malcolm and Tamra fail 3 times to create a worthy successor to Beetlejuice. After Monkey Bone, what was the next weird comedy that couldn't be as good as Beetlejuice?
Boy, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I was trying to do something similar after Monkey Bone. I don't know. I think they just kind of gave up after that. I'm sure there's another one, but it was not very well known.
Yeah. Sailor Aaron says, okay, everyone, thanks for the amazing stream tonight. Doug, have a wonderful weekend at Too Many Games. Heather, you be safe as well. Hopefully we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Very kind.
You can also see me on Awesome Comics and Coffee this Saturday. You don't have to come back next week. You can come back on Saturday. CM Sully, thank you for the 100 bits. Last bits for the night as a fun treat. Would you be willing to watch the dub of the anime Ghost Stories? I feel like the humor might be up your alley.
I saw Rob show me like a best of compilation. It is hilarious. It's very, very funny.
Bowser Rules, thank you for the 50 bits. So, Doug, no one has asked you this yet today. How about Sora being in Smash? Am I right? Also, hey y'all, hope you're doing well and have a good Halloween. Thanks, you too, Bowser Rules.
Thank you, so kind. I'm not as excited about Sora as much as Jack Black being your voice, Bowser.
Lord R. Wolfen says, would you see Morbius, Indiana Jones 5, and Avatar 2 next year?
I mean, I think I have to. Yeah, I just straight up have to, so yes.
And I know, guys, this may be one of the last things we read. They say, do you think you'll check out Scott the Waz's stuff before meeting him at Too Many Games?
Oh, I see some of his stuff. It's very funny. Yeah, he's a very, very funny, talented guy. I haven't seen a ton. I've seen about maybe 2 or 3 videos, but they were very funny. I especially love the editing in them. Yeah.
All right. And, well, thank you, everyone. I think that'll do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I know you're all so disappointed that Rob wasn't here and you had to just get Doug, but we appreciate you really hanging in there. And just accepting that Doug has to be the one to do streams today.
I confused myself.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Did you see the trailer for Kindness Show? I have not.
Kindness Show?
Yeah,
no.
Kindness Show. No, sorry. But yes, thank you all so much for being here tonight. Tomorrow night, Friday night, there is no Kingdom Hearts stream. Doug is not going to bring his whole computer with a PS4 to Too Many Games, unfortunately. But there is a Malcolm stream tomorrow, so come on and hang out at 1 p.m. Central Time for Malcolm, because we turned the scare alerts on, and I love Malcolm, but he may be too high to remember that they're on. And we might be able to just really scare the crap out of Malcolm tomorrow. I'm just saying. So come back tomorrow for Malcolm, but no Kingdom Hearts. And Saturday there is awesome comics and coffee. And did you guys know there's content here 6 days a week? You can come back and hang out any day except Sunday, and we'll be here. Oh God, please come hang out with me.
She needs friends.
But I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If you don't see us on Friday and Saturday, I guess apparently happy Canadian Thanksgiving to those of you who are celebrating Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend. And thank you so much. Take care. And in case we haven't mentioned it, Doug's going to be at Too Many Games, so go see him if you're in the area. I think that's it.
Guys.
Bye! See ya!
Bye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Someone
goodbye,
had to do it.
goodbye.